So glad that you are joining us to talk today about podcasting, which I am increasingly excited about because of, well, I will show you why I'm excited. So coming up in this video, I'm going to try and keep it as short as possible. I've got a lot of ground to cover, so buckle up and pay attention. Don't worry about taking notes. We have the shared note, which we will share with you after the podcast is over. So we're going to talk today about what makes podcasting so great, just why it is I am so bloody bullish on podcasting. We're going to talk about the game changers, the things that I'm really excited about coming up this year in podcasting. We're going to take a look at podcast workflow, how a podcast is built, to give you an idea. Those of you who haven't done a podcast, or have only listened, but to understand how they come together and the different pieces of the puzzle, because there's a lot of small steps in creating a podcast, a lot of simple apps and relationships, cloud services that you have to have in place to make it all work. Not overly complicated, but they all have to be there. We're going to talk about how you can start a podcast, and we will talk about the tools and the technology that you need in order to do that. And of course, tons of resources that we will be sharing with you through the shared note. So let us begin. Okay, well, let's start now with why I'm so bullish on podcasting, why I think it's so exciting. And I know you've heard it before. You've probably heard me say 5 or 6 times over the last 15 years, or you might have heard me say, that this is the year of podcasting, that it's going to explode this year. And I'm saying it again. But I think that our idea of scale and the numbers and explosion, I think that needs to be adjusted. And I'll work my way through the numbers with you today to show you that. But while the sheer numbers of podcasts isn't ever going to reach YouTube's numbers or the number of blogs that there are, the value to the people who create podcasts and the value of podcasts to the listeners, that is what is increasing dramatically. It's not that the overall mass numbers are growing dramatically. It's that the business case for podcasts has never been better, and that is growing as we speak. Allow me to explore the numbers with you right now. We're going to start by the fact that there is limited competition in podcasts. Today, there are approximately 1.75, roughly, million podcasts, which sounds like a lot. I will admit that sounds like a lot. And it's exploded over the past year. As far as growth, we've had pretty dramatic growth in the overall numbers in the last year.